Welcome back to the channel. And as we have been talking about again, it is Love Island. Love Island is wrapping up real soon. We'll have a few days left. And today we're here to talk about how we feel about what is happening now.
Everything that's happened, what's going on. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is Corbin and Parmita leaving.
Yes, Corbin and Parmita leaving. How do you feel about that?
I'm happy that my favorite couples didn't go. Like, I didn't want it to be Trinity and Bryce. I didn't want it to be Anaya and Carl. And I didn't want it to be Casey and Tiara either. But who I did want to kind of go was Kenzie and Dylan.
Kenzie and Dylan should have been left. Like, what are they still doing there?
One of the recent episodes, they pretty much saved themselves by winning the challenge. It was a dancing challenge, and the other couples pretty much voted them to win. I'm not saying they didn't do good. They did great during the challenge.
No, they did win that, and they did save themselves. Yes. And they needed to do that. That was only. To be honest, they need them there because if they're not there, who they gonna have that's white?
Oh, I guess Zach.
Oh yeah, Zach.
That's all.
Bryce. Zach ain't even all that white.
Well, yeah, right. Yeah, but
it'll just be Bryce. You need to have a little sprinkle of all types of colors all on there, and then without Zach and Kenzie, there's not enough sprinkle.
I don't know if this is my bias, but this is what shocked me about the whole thing. I thought Zach might have been interested in Kenzie, but when he coupled up with her in the beginning, she tried to talk to him in the beginning, he seemed to not be interested in Kenzie at all.
That was Zach, right?
Zach, yeah.
He didn't. He was not interested in Kenzie, and she crashed out about it. Like, she was very upset that he was not into her.
And then
I feel like she lost whatever confidence she had by coming to the show. And it's been downhill ever since.
Right. And of course, Bryce wasn't interested in her at all.
Bryce had no interest in her. So Dylan, I meant to say Dylan and Kenzie. Dylan and Kenzie would be the only fully white couple. So, because we got like at least one fully black couple. We got color and color. And then we got color and one fully Hispanic couple, right?
Right. Yeah. And before Jen and Gal, it was like that for a while, I think.
Yeah, we need everybody watching. You need like all eyes coming from every different. We need everybody to pick a favorite. Now, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think Jen and what's his name, Dylan, or I'm Jen. Oh Lord, I don't think Dylan and Kenzie are anybody's favorite. I have to say that.
I would have to also add how this happens because Kenzie is the only white woman there, but there were supposed to be some other ones. First, we had the first one that got kicked off before she even got to the show for saying the N-word.
That happens a lot on Love Island. You get a lot of people who say that or say something else that may be racist or offensive.
Yes, and they don't
make it.
And then we had a bombshell that may have came back, but she was racist too. It said the N-word had to get kicked off.
But wasn't she the one who was just singing it at a party or something like that? Or singing to
I'm gonna be honest, most of their situations is like that, but people still find it racist, apparently.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I heard that Parmita may have said something, but they didn't take it too seriously, so they just kept going on. Parmita's definitely colorful. It's adding to the color spectrum.
Yeah. So they only could take it as serious when it's like proof. Like I think hers was like a post. Like with the other girls, they actually had video.
Yeah,
I think that's the worst.
Okay, but is it just me, or is it just every season somebody can't make it because they said something offensive to somebody
recently in
recent
seasons?
Somebody?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I think this is maybe a new trend.
Just the USA? Is a new trend. Maybe they're paying more attention. People are caring more.
They think people are caring more, and they also think people have a vendetta against these people. So if they see somebody on the show that they don't like, they'll try to get them off.
Okay, I know we did go off on a little tangent, a little side note, but we were talking about
that I never got to mention on any of the other shows, really.
You were talking about your favorite couples, and you mentioned them. Yes.
So Kenzie and Dylan was not my favorite. Dylan I think he's very performative. He saw all the stuff that Kenzie was doing before he got in there, and he was crying the first day that he felt like she did something wrong, and he's been pretty much crying ever since about anything Kenzie does.
Dylan is like a little what's the word when you're like plain?
Performative?
Not performative, like plain, like vanilla. Dylan is a little vanilla.
Plain.
Yeah, not playing.
Yeah.
Play like regular, like Reggie.
I thought the same thing about
a few of them,
not
right?
Corbin. What's the Caleb? I thought the same thing about Caleb.
Caleb was very vanilla.
But him and what's her name? Jaden. Him and Jaden were vanilla, so they fit well together.
Yes, they did.
But I also think that's what helped them get sent home because nobody cared about sending them home at that point.
Yes.
So I want to go back a little bit more. There was this challenge that they had where the couples had to send each other home based on who they thought was the least compatible couple. On this one, I was a little bit irritated on how they did it because I want us to be the ones to vote for everything when it comes to who goes home. But apparently, what do you call it? Amor and Gal just got paired together. and then they immediately have to be in the vote of who do you think is the least compatible. I think it was kind of obvious that they just had like a friendship. They kind of just met each other at that point where they got put in a
but
couple.
To be honest, like I want to say like Gaul chose Amora, but was there anyone else to choose?
Well,
like
right, because he
definitely wasn't going to choose Jen. They was beefing. Everybody else was already going to get chosen by somebody else. So he could only choose Amora. This is another default situation.
Right, yeah, but then that's why I guess the other couples didn't care about voting them off right after, even though that kind of wasn't.
I liked Amora, but I didn't care.
Yeah, right. They weren't going to last anyway. I had to be realistic about that too. Yeah. So it was time for them to go, and then it was time for Caleb and Jaden to go too.
Yes, like all of them. Bye. Okay, there's nothing left for you on the show. Like, go come back. Come back later on what is it? After Sun, talk about whatever your experience was. We need those people for the secrets. We need those people to come back and say what was happening behind the scenes that we didn't see. But that's it.
I don't care about this, but we probably will see them on the other show that they have after the Villa. We'll probably see those couples
on
that
we'll
too.
See them. Yeah, and then all the people who last this long have to stay, right? They don't get to go home, do they? They have to stay all the way until the show finishes.
I mean, they don't have to, but they don't have to. They probably would stay just to see what happens.
Yeah, they probably would. I think there's a certain point once you make it past that point, you have to stay at the island,
right?
Because you can't like go let the secrets out or something.
I think they keep a good amount of people on the island, though. But yeah.
Sadly, they never brought Sean back, which is my wish from a long time ago. But I've seen Sean has been doing his little thing. He's been telling us about his little parenthood journey and all of that. So that's cool.
That is so nice. What was I gonna say? I could go to get off of Kenzie and Dylan now.
You ready to get off? Because Kenzie and Dylan are still there, but you're right. We can get not only can we get off of Kenzie and Dylan. Kenzie and Dylan can get off of Love Island as soon as possible. Is there going to be another
couple? No,
not couple. Another sending home.
Like yeah, there has to be because I think there's only 3 in the finale.
Okay, so there'll be 3 in the finale. Okay, who do you think is going to be in the finale and why?
Why I think it's going to be in the finale. Can I say it's because of how many fans they got, or does it have to be another reason? This one, I'm going to say the first one I'm not too sure about. Casey and Tiara, I think, will be in the top 3, but I think Casey has a lot of supporters because of the girls giving him a lot of backlash in the Village. A lot of people online have been giving him a lot of support behind him. And Tiara and him obviously match each other. Mm-hmm. So I think that they could be a good final 3 for that. Who else? Trinity and Bryce since day one hooked up. They explored both in the beginning, got right back together afterwards, and been a couple together ever since. They have great communication with each other. He's very girly with her. Like they just fit each other very well. Even though he's a bit older than her, which she was a bit worried about at first, it seemed like she quickly got over that.
I love Trinity and Bryce for the win. Following Trinity and Bryce, I would have to go with Casey and Tiara. Now, Casey has a lot of fans. Casey, of course, Tiara doesn't have as many fans as Casey does, but there's like a whole team Casey out there. Casey almost has fans. And Casey has so many fans that they ended up not liking Anaya.
Yeah, but my third place, my third one in my top 3 would be Anaya because she also does have a lot of fans too. Anaya as much as people don't like her, there's a lot of people that actually do like her too.
I think it's the Casey fans that don't like Anaya.
I like Anaya and Carl together. I don't think they're the strongest together at this point. They're the newest together at the point. So
they're okay. They haven't done anything to really, make me be like, ooh, I want to see them later on. I want to see their journey, but maybe we'll get there. I do now, as toxic as Melanie and Sincere are, they are very entertaining to watch.
I keep forgetting about them.
They are so toxic. I've been over Sincere for so long.
So in the perfect world, after Casey and Dylan, Melanie and Sincere should be the next ones to go.
Yeah, watching it crash out is so entertaining. We're watching her crash out because he doesn't. This is Melanie and Casey, right? I mean, not Casey. This is Melanie and Sincere, right? Melanie is like, you never listen to me. You never do this. You always do this. You do this the same thing you do, and you talk to me, and you don't help, and you say one thing and you don't do it. And then Sincere is like, yes, I do. Yes, I do need to. Yeah, I do that.
So that's my thing. How do you know when it's believable or not? Because he has the same reaction either way, whether he's about to lie or tell the truth. Like that's what's difficult about him. But the entertainment aspect is coming to an end. It's about to end. So for the show, who you would want to win? Where would they fall on your list?
Okay, who would you watch in a spinoff show? If 2 people got their own show, who would you watch? Okay, I'm asking myself.
Right, yeah.
Out of all of them, Trinity and Bryce.
And okay, so you would want Trinity and Bryce to win, right? But Melanie and Sincere,
where would Melanie they fall? Where would they fall as far as like 1, 2, 3? Like,
because I did my top 3. Where would you want them to go, or would you want them in the top 3? Like, what do you want with them?
Okay, so I said Trinity and Bryce, Casey and TT, and then as far as who I want to like, as far as who just I want top to 3. Win, yeah, then I would have to go with Melanie and Sincere. Now, Kata I love Kata. Kata by herself. If there was another match out there for Kata, then maybe that would work better. But Kata and Zach, I don't buy it.
They were trying to kind of tricking me at some points, but at this point, they clearly showed to me that all they cared about is the game. Because after they got voted in the bottom, that's the main thing they cared about. Was whether or not America liked them or wasn't white, and that's all they could think about.
People don't like not being liked, so when you think somebody doesn't like you, you're gonna be upset.
But they acknowledged that they didn't like them as a couple, and they were too worried about that. Was my thing. It wasn't even like they seemed like they thought it was individually, and it was like it wasn't giving the energy of at least we have each other. That's why makes me feel like that's less genuine too.
I'm gonna as much as I'm gonna say I'm not buying them as a couple, I still think it was genuine that they were concerned. Even because if you buy yourself as a couple with somebody, you want to know why other people are not buying it. Like, why do other people not believe in this? If I believe in it, it's making you wonder, like, what am I seeing? What are they? Okay. What am I not seeing that they are seeing?
Okay, it's genuine. It's overdone because that's all they were doing the whole time was a problem. Like, that's their main concern is a problem to me. Mm-hmm. Like, it's okay if it's a thought, like an afterthought, but they're going around asking everybody, trying to have it. That's the only thing we're seeing in the last episode that they're talking to each other about. Mm-hmm. Nothing that seems like they actually like each other, in my opinion. So
I think they like being around each other, but I'm still not buying them as a couple.
Right? Yeah, I think it's given like that's their main prize, and everything else got to come second. That's why they got a big attitude about it.
Okay. If I can have anybody be a couple and know that they're going to do good. As a matter of fact, and I mentioned this before, who I really want to see have a show after this is Zach and Bryce. They make a great couple.
Zach and Bryce, yeah.
Yes, they make a wonderful couple. I would love to see them.
I like that
with their own show later on.
I like that Zach. I like Kata. I like that Zach. Bryce was doing Kata's makeup too.
That was actually cute. Yeah. Bryce was actually into it too. Yeah. They even put like a little bit on. He's like, and then we push it like this. That was really cute. What are some of your highlights? What are some of the things we've seen up until now that you think was really good or really entertaining that you would watch again, maybe
recently or during the whole season?
I'll say during the recent parts of the season. I'll say since the end of Casa Amor.
Since the end of Casa Amor, the season has died down a lot to me, honestly.
Oh no! All right, so I'm going to answer that question for myself, and then you can tell me. Movie night was top tier. I love movie night. That was one of the best moments. I also liked a few other things, but movie nights was one of the biggest things. I'll have to say, like
I wish they would have shown some more stuff on movie night, but yeah, that was pretty good too. Like, I wish they would have shown more of like the guys kind of hating on each other a little bit. Right. I guess they had nothing to do with the couple, so that's not something they would have added in anyway.
Megan Thee Stallion come in. That was kind of fun because of the cake battle, and they got to like. See,
and that's when Amor and Carl came back. So I'll say that one was pretty good too.
That was pretty good. I do like what they did with the when they got the girls to have to trick the guys into doing stuff. I thought that was fun to watch.
It was fun to watch. It wasn't one of my favorites though.
Yeah, it was fun to watch it. It was probably the only thing that happened in that episode that was interesting.
Yeah.
Besides everybody crying about everything, but other than that. So you agree with those things.
So other than that, I thought the actual eliminations was the most interesting when they had to pick each other based on who was the most compatible couple.
The recoupling?
No, the least compatible couple when they had to vote each other off.
Oh, okay. So this was after karaoke.
This was after before karaoke, after they recoupled. This is when Amor and Gal went home.
Okay. Did you like karaoke?
Karaoke was good too.
Karaoke was.
I like that everybody. We saw a little bit more of each couple.
Yeah, and then you got to see how they worked together, which was good. So I liked a lot of their performances, so that was really cool. And they looked like they were having a lot of fun. I know that all those people are making really good memories. The ones who do make it outside and become couples, and stay together after, they got so many good memories. They're gonna have that to hold on to as part of their bond. So especially TT and Casey, they're gonna have like a lot to hold on to as part of their bond, because Casey is gonna always remember TT like taking up for him. That's something. And
I think they just have a strong regular bond too. And they have so much that happened,
and that happened so fast. I'll tell you this: here's what I want to see in the future. We have this big moment coming up, and it's probably going to be another highlight, family night. And that is what I'm looking forward to. I want to see family night, especially for Trinity and Bryce. I cannot wait. I want to see that so bad. I heard that there was some beef between some of the families.
Yeah, I guess there was beef with Anaya's family member and Casey's mom or something like that.
Well, now that Anaya and Casey are getting along, do you think they're going to squash that?
Well, this was after they were getting along, so I don't know.
Oh, so you mean maybe so what were they talking about each other on social media? Like what was happening?
Yeah, I didn't look too far into it, but it was they were going back and forth.
I gotta find out. That sounds like some juicy gossip.
So what was confusing me? What's confusing to me about how they're going to do it this time? It's right before the finale, so I don't know how that's about to work, or if we're even about to see it at this point.
Oh, what?
It's a day before the family
night?
Yes,
they have to show family night as part of the whole show.
Yeah, they're saying they think they might do it virtual or something. I hope not.
Do not do family. Who said that and why? What are we talking about here? Like, why are we even trying to predict this? No, family night is very important. We need to see this. Don't try to skip that. Don't try to skip that Love Island. We're not playing with y'all. We need to watch this. And is there another America voting coming up?
There was when I watched the end of the last episode, but I'm assuming it's after maybe tonight's episode.
After tonight's episode. And are we voting for our favorite couple or something else? I'm assuming it's favorite couple.
No, I can look on that.
Okay. So we have that. At the family night, I forgot what is the last thing they do when they pick the couples. I forgot what they
usually do individual dates, I think.
Oh yeah, yes, they do individual dates. I cannot wait to see the individual dates. Now, for some reason, this is weird to me. I feel like last USA season, there was like a final recoupling very close to the end. Or there was someone, maybe not that. Maybe there was someone left unmatched in the house very close to the end. Because I feel like people were still trying to match.
Well, it was because I think the situation with Huda was very chaotic. She kept Chris there because she wanted her possibly to continue his connection with Shelly too. So they did something weird towards the end of that one. So Huda and Chris weren't that compatible. But
they weren't really matched, but they were just still there. Okay.
They were matched, but she only matched with him because of that. So they weren't ever going to be a couple that was going to get picked unless they were just her fans that was picking her.
Yeah, because they tried to go on a date and that was a tragedy.
Yeah, they weren't going to get picked on compatibility.
Okay. Do you think anybody's date here could possibly be a tragedy? Like that?
Kenzie and Dylan, yes.
I was going to say the same thing. Kenzie and Dylan. Like, Dylan is not... First of all, Dylan knows Kenzie is not into him. I don't know why Kenzie keeps trying to convince herself that she's into him, us. She's trying to convince everybody she's into him. Kenzie is not into him like that.
So
she's attracted to him. Sincere said he wants Melanie to be his wife and the mother of his children. What do we think about that?
It's all talk.
You think he's just talking? You think he's gonna say that to the next woman?
Because he ain't get outside we need to see what he do outside the villa for a few months.
We need to see. We'll see.
Because we got Ace and Shelly broke up a few months after they got off the villa, didn't they? Or
speaking of Ace and Shelly, can we just pivot real quick because I've heard something.
So they're not saying when the timeline was that they're saying this possibly happened, but they're saying that Andrina and Ace hooked up at some point.
If you watch now, Ace and Shelly, of course, are from last season.
Yeah.
Of Love Island USA. And Andrina and Shelly were friends.
Andrina was another bombshell that Megan Thee Stallion
they
had to build up and bring her up.
She was a good bombshell. She had a good bombshell episode. Shelly and Ace were like she was our favorite. Shelly and Ace were our favorite last year. And they were still together even after they left the villa.
Yeah, it was like Ace, Shelly, Nick, and Alondra and Taylor and Clark were all a friend group together at first.
Right. But then now we're hearing that Andrina started to, at some point, was messing around with Ace, I guess behind Shelly's back.
Yeah, like that's what's not clear. Was it behind Shelly's back or is it after you said they broke up?
Or was it after? Yeah, because I know at some point they broke up.
But the weird part to me was people keep playing this clip of Shelly keep saying that one of her close friends after the villa is Andrina. So it was like, that was probably a weird part too. It was like, why is she ever messing with Ace?
And then Shelly unfollowed both of them.
Right, and then that happens too. So
you know what? And that was just something I wanted to throw in there. I don't want to keep talking about last season, but that was just something interesting.
But that's just another example of how, in my opinion, a lot of these couples don't even last. The only couple that's still lasting from that season is Taylor and Clark.
Right. And I feel like even this with like how you know how they stay friends after, if there were gonna be two friends that stay friends after this and mess around with each other's men, it's gonna be Jen and Kenzie.
Messed around with each other as men.
They're with each other's men.
Oh, okay.
Like I feel like if that was to happen, if there was to be some drama outside about who's taking whose man, it would be Jen and Kenzie, and it would be Kenzie taking a man, of course. But I don't think any of them are going to take any of these men home with them.
Right. So well, now it would have to be somebody who was already their man. So it would have to be like somebody.
There would have to be somebody.
It would have to be like one of the big three. It would have to be either Melanie, Anaya, and Trinity.
Melanie and Naya and Trinity.
Because they're the only ones that's actually really friends in there still.
Right. You don't think they're going to become friends with TT?
Well, TT, but it probably will never be seen as a betrayal because it's always like she was kind of always like she was at least on the opposite side of them at some point.
And Kata's their friend too.
Kata's
too. Their friend too.
So like, so mostly out of those girls, not really Kenzie. Kenzie, they probably would expect to do that.
None of them, I don't think. Okay, I'm lying. I was gonna say I don't think any of them have any interest in each other's man, but I keep seeming to feel like there is one.
There is one, definitely one, and I think it's Anaya and Sincere. I think she has some interest in him, and she picked him on day one.
Interest in her back.
She picked his door at day one.
I don't know, men are easy.
Well, shoot.
Sincere
based on what we seen, Sincere has interest in every woman that wanted him so far.
It's like not only are men easy, Sincere is like one of the easiest ones, it seems.
And what really threw me off is when she was going so hard on everybody else that was like when they was playing movie night, she was like really mad at them. But when Sears, I would say he arguably had the worst one. None of the girls had any of that energy for Sincere for whatever reason. But I was like, I didn't get it.
Not at all. But ultimately, again, not only do I think Trinity and Bryce are going to win, I am rooting for them to win. If on the next vote, we will be voting for them. I want to see family night. I don't know what other surprises they're going to give us, but hopefully they give us something good. I don't want to go on too long. Do you have any final thoughts?
Either way, Trinity out of this is going to be a great popular girl like Alandria, maybe even more popular than Alandria out of this. Like Alandria is already getting invited to the BET Awards and stuff.
I want to see Trinity in ads.
Yeah, she's going to get a bunch of opportunities after this. I don't see why not. She's perfect for it.
Yeah, Trinity, little small town girl. Put yourself on the map. Yeah. All right, that's it. Let us know what you think. Do you agree, disagree with anything we said? Who do you want to see win? Let's talk about it.